Ed, we're here in Orlando at the third pop-up event.
I held the first one.
And I held the second one. Wow, what an exciting event. But first off, I think we really need to say thank you to BG Products.
Absolutely. They bring a lot to our industry, and now here we are in Orlando for the third ever pop-up event and have some of the best names in retail here.
We're going to talk about all these great people at these pop-up events going across the United States, showcasing these wonderful, great dealerships. Aren't you excited, Ed?
I can't wait to get it started.
I can't wait to get it started, too. Here we are in Orlando, third pop-up event. Thank you, Ted Ings, for making this happen.
Welcome to the Fixed Ops Roundtable pop-up event. This event is exclusively sponsored by BG Products, partners beyond products. Now, on with the live event.
Welcome to the Fixed Ops Roundtable third pop-up event, exclusively sponsored by BG Products. Ted, we have some really great friends with us here on the panel today.
Sarah, I am so excited because not only is this the third pop-up event for the Fixed Ops Roundtable, but we've got the anchors of the event, yourself included, plus Ed Roberts and Tully Williams with us today. Gentlemen, congratulations, and thank you for being part of the Fixed Ops Roundtable as well.
Well, thank you, Ted, very much. This is a great event.
Thanks for having us here. This is phenomenal.
All right, so Sarah, the first Fixed Ops Roundtable pop-up took place at Bozard Ford. And Ed, we talked a whole lot about culture and process. Kind of take us through that, if you would.
Culture is where it's at. I mean, we can hire people and we can bring them into our store. And if we just hire them for what they're capable of, we're not necessarily going to get any loyalty from them. But when we truly connect with them and learn what their purpose is in life, then we can truly allow them to bring something to the team and become loyal and become part of the family.
Yeah, we saw that at Bozard Ford. It really stood out. One of the best run dealerships in the nation. And you know what? When we went over to the Nilo company just a few weeks later, Tully, you brought it home with your 10 different locations and just amazed at the culture and process there.
It was super exciting. Like Ed says, it's all about the people. I think you give those people the chance to succeed and show them how they succeed. And then you have to have core values at your store. Does your dealership really stand for core values? As we have it on all of our cards here, we talk about core values. And what was really good about our pop-up event, what did our employees talk about? Not talking about making money, making hours. It was talking about how great of a dealership group we are. Like Ed's store did as well. They talked about the culture and the place they come to work at every day. To me, that's the shining star, Ted.
You know, Sarah, culture has really risen to the forefront and to the top of the conversation. And typically, a lot of people thought that these pop-ups would be about making more money and things along those lines. And really, it's not. It's about the people and what happens inside the dealership.
You know, that has been so exciting to see this evolution and how automotive dealerships are really embracing that whole culture aspect. And Ed, Tully, y'all have done a phenomenal job of really encouraging this in your organizations. And it's really a shining light for others in the industry to embrace it.
People, they want to repeat what they get recognized for. So when we recognize what they're doing and what they're doing well, and we let them know that we appreciate it, and that's what makes them a valuable part of the team, they want to do it again because they love that recognition.
I would, Ed, you're spot on. I think talking about, as I have TVs in our stores, we're talking about all the greatness that our employees doing every day. Here's the thing is that if they are doing a great job and they feel successful, what happens? They do well for them and their families. But it's all about making sure they know that you thank them every day. It doesn't cost us anything. Saying thank you, having the opportunities, not being scared to take chances. That's what it's all about. Our people make our business. And what's really good about our dealership and our dealer is it's all about the people, is what he talks about every day when we go out to those stores, Ed. I mean, it's the same at your store.
Well, it's like you said, it's about the people, and it's from the top down. It can't just be one level or mid-level down. It's got to be from the top down, and then certainly that way at Nilo, certainly that way at Bozard, and we love being a part of it.
And it was really interesting to see is that, like, our women at the dealership, is that the opportunities they had, where we had Chris, our controller, started as a cashier, and now she's a controller. You know, as you know, controllers run the stores. She has done an incredible job, and then gives those opportunities for everybody else. Do we have a tech path? I know Ed talks about it a lot. Is that, do we have a tech path for your parts person? Do you have a tech path for your porters and for your riders and your technicians? Showing them the success they can have at your store is the best, isn't it, Ed?
Absolutely. Developing people to allow them to become more than what they ever thought they could.
Yeah.
Phenomenal. And when you develop people, we can say we have training programs, but who wants to go to training? But everybody likes to be developed, and it prepares them for the next position in front of them. From coming from an entry-level spot to the comptroller, like Tully said, it prepares them for that rather than just being thrown into the fire and expected to survive.
We love the success. Hiring within is like 99%, right? And when you see these great people start as a porter, and then they become a shop assistant, and then they become an hourly technician, and a flat rate technician. I mean, it's almost like you get tears in your eyes, like, oh my God, isn't that the greatest thing ever?
Yeah, absolutely. So, one of my valets is now running my quick lane, has only been with me for 3.5 years. And to go from an entry-level spot to run the number one quick lane in the country is pretty strong. So the opportunities are endless if you set yourself up with
That is so cool. Isn't it great?
the opportunity to develop people.
Oh, I love it.
Yep.
I think the stories of the pop-up events are the stories of these dealerships. Every one is unique, and they've got so many nuances. Ed, when we visited Bozard Ford Lincoln, you brought on the mobile service team. After you gave us a tour of the shop, you took us outside, you showed us what the mobile service teams are doing, the two-person teams. That ended up becoming a separate panel, but mobile service is something you've really pioneered there. And I know that was a big part of the message and continues to be at Bozard.
We've forced people to come to go through our process for decades, and they've told us for decades that they don't like it. So being able to offer mobile service and bring service to the doorstep is the Amazon of automobile service.
Oh, I like that. Amazon of the automotive service. Yeah.
And Sarah, for a long time, a couple of years now, you and I have heard Tully talk. It's all about the hours and repeat and referral business, my friend. While Tully, at the pop-up event we did at Nilo, took everything back to the hours. And Tully, I thought it was amazing how your people are on message. Parts, sells, hours. You have taken two departments, service and parts, and made them one where they really work together as a team.
You know, part of a culture of a store is not having silos. And, you know, first silo was parts and service. Okay, that silo needs to be broken, right? And I think that if everybody realizes that we're going after one message and one thing, ours is what we do. Everybody's paid off that goal. And that takes away that. And the next piece is that the store is one silo. Parts and service and the sales department, fixed and sales, has to be on the same page. Building that bridge between and showing how fixed helps sales, and of course sales helps fixed, has to be on point every day, Ed.
Absolutely. And really developing our people allows us allows removing the silos as being a byproduct. We don't have to remove the silos when we develop our people, and we get everybody rolling in the same direction. When everybody's rolling in the same direction, we don't have the people drilling holes in the boat.
Oh, I love that. You know, it's so funny is when you bring someone from the outside, which our goal is not to, they're like, you guys do everything different here. Oh, you mean we're happy and we're making money? Oh my God, what a concept.
Rich and tired?
Rich and tired.
Ed, you also have something unique there called Bozard University. You talked about developing people. Tell us a little bit about that. Give us some background on that.
We've got several development programs at our store, and Bozard University is really just housing all of those development programs to where it's a destination for someone to go and chase the path that they want to be. A lot of times we see other people on the outside and we say, I think I could do that. So they don't necessarily know what all the details of that position is until they get out and get involved in doing it. And that's what Bozard University is all about, is preparing those guys for that next position in front of them.
I think showing everybody the different opportunities where people maybe are a salesperson, want to become a service advisor, or a service advisor want to go to the sales side, or a technician that might be getting tired that wants to come over to a service right, or even a salesperson, having the opportunities for all of them to see what happens and the potential of what they can be in those positions is a must. You know, a lot of times you look at a lot of our service advisors, right? And our service managers, they started as a car washer or a porter. Our technicians started as most of times as porters. And look at the success they're having today. It's just unbelievable.
Absolutely. And it carries on. And that allows us to be in what kind of business?
Repeat and referral it.
Because when our employees are having fun, our customers are having fun.
And it's obvious to everybody who watched that pop-up and was there with us at the pop-up. Okay, so now, Tully and Ed, this is going to be a tough act to follow. You have really both raised the bar on these pop-ups. Amazing preparation you've shown in getting the entire teams ready.
I think it's all about, and Ed's going to say the same thing, is that it's all about our people shining and talking about what they do every day and telling us what we do different at our store. And that to me is the most important part. I thought the pop-up event is about the people at our store and the success at our store, Ted. And I want to say thank you for allowing us to show that out.
So we have 329 associates at our store, and I think we ended up having 50 or 60 on there total, and another 200 of them was wondering why they didn't get the chance. So we're going to have to do it again.
We're going to have to come back.
Oh, we want to come back to
All right, everybody. So stay with us here at the Fixed Ops Roundtable. We're at the third pop-up event with Sarah Van Tyne, Ed Roberts, and Tully Williams. A lot more to come here on the Fixed Ops Roundtable.
Hi, I'm Darren Gresseth, President and CEO of BG Products, and I'm excited to show you why BG Products is the ideal partner for dealerships around the world. For 50 years, BG has led the industry with innovative solutions to automotive challenges, but it takes more than great chemistry to be the industry leader. Today, we have over 50% of the market share among new car dealers in the United States. In fact, an independent study found that 5 out of 6 U.S. dealerships choose BG products over the competition. Our integrity, dedication, and investment in people are at the heart of our continued success. BG maintains the highest standards for quality assurance, environmental management, laboratory competency, and health and safety management through our ongoing certification with ISO. Our BG Proving Ground experts are dedicated to field support and advanced automotive testing. The facility includes 9 full-service automotive bays and 3 dynos, which provide real-time data. This comprehensive testing fuels our constant drive toward innovation. From service and parts managers to service advisors and shop technicians, BG is committed to the ongoing training of automotive professionals. Award-winning digital training solutions like BG Certified, the BG Tech app, and the BG Advisor app are available 24/7 in the palm of your hand. BG reps get first-hand experience through our internal training program called BG University at our headquarters in Wichita, Kansas. These reps in turn provide comprehensive training to your staff in person right on your service drive. 30 miles away, sitting on 40 acres in El Dorado, Kansas, are BG's manufacturing facility, distribution center, and tools and parts warehouse. BG's custom-built, one-of-a-kind manufacturing facility spans the distance of 3 football fields and is where high-quality BG products are manufactured and packaged. Just south of Wichita, in Derby, Kansas, our BG Automation Division and Certified Machine Shop manufacture the BG tools and equipment that are a crucial part of each BG service. BG doesn't stop in Kansas. We provide what no other company in our segment can. Dedicated, full-time BG experts in dealerships across the world on a weekly basis. Our BG distributor network spans the globe and is supported by a hard-working corporate team in the Midwest. With award-winning training, unbeatable customer retention programs, and accessible local BG reps, we ensure that BG distributors have everything they need to support you. BG is your partner beyond products.
Our revolutionary pop-up events have sparked a new wave of growth and innovation.
Become part of the brand that is shaping retail fixed operations at fixedopsroundtablecertified.com. Welcome back to the Fixed Ops Roundtable. I'm Sarah Van Tyne here with Ted Ings and the most famous technician, Marco. Marco, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you, Sarah. It's great to be here. Thank you, Ted, for having me. This has been, it's been quite a ride, hasn't it?
It has, and I think the thanks is due to you as well for all the work that you've done on behalf of the Fixed Ops Roundtable.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. But, I think it was a good conglomeration between you and I getting this started, talked over. You kicked me, I prodded you, and here we are.
So Sarah and I want to ask you some questions today from your experience as being a technician in today's market. What is that like, and how does that continue to evolve?
Faster and faster every year. It seems like the technology is just, as you all know from your cell phones, your computers, your internet providers, your TVs, your kitchen gadgets, everything just is evolving at such a high speed that, and in your vehicle, they try to put everything in there together with the car itself.
Yeah.
So it's challenging. It's very challenging at times, but it's rewarding, and you never have a boring day. Never a boring day.
I know we've learned so much from you at the Fixed Ops Roundtable, Marco. What are some of the things that are near and dear to your heart? I know Tully talks about, technicians and hours and going home. I've heard this phrase, rich and tired.
Right.
What are some of the things that are near and dear to you?
One of the things that's really near and dear to me is the overall, dare I say, the public opinion and view of the technician. For the longest time, we've been seen as the dirty bunch, uneducated, replaceable, and just now the industry is starting to catch up that, oh, wait a minute, they're actually one of the most educated, experienced, and trained people that we have under our roofs here. They're not easily replaceable, and we are worth our weight in gold. So we're not thieves, we're not dirty, we're not uneducated. We're pretty close to rocket scientists, but we don't take it up in the air. At least that's the plan, to not go up in the air. Another thing that's near and dear to my heart is the fostering and growing of technicians that eventually will take my place in the dealerships to repair, diagnose these vehicles, and keep us all safe on the road. Because let's face it, if every technician would do their job to a T every day, the only time you see a fire truck is in the Christmas parade.
What's ahead? A lot of things happen in the industry. We have EVs, that are coming. Who knows how big that will be in terms of market share?
Right.
What are you seeing? What are some of the challenges, at this point?
I think that one of the biggest challenges is just new. Everything is new technology, new ways of diagnosing. The first thing that everybody does as a human being, like, oh, here's something new. Oh, I don't want it. But as long as things are moving, rolling, braking, stopping, turning, there's always something to repair. You just have to find the next piece in the repair and diagnosis part of it. And as long as you keep trucking along with that, embrace the technology instead of resenting it. Learn it. Look at the younger crowd that are like our children, for example, that can do things with our phones that I never knew were possible. Learn from them instead of having this chip on your shoulder like, I have done this for so many years, I know, but no, you really don't. You knew better. In today's environment, with the help of the younger generation, we can build upon that and keep growing.
Sarah, we're so grateful to Marco for raising the awareness of the technician for these last couple of years. I've never seen it as important as today.
It is so critical to an organization. And Marco, kudos to you for bringing such a great spotlight on the profession that oftentimes doesn't get the spotlight.
Right. We get the spotlight when things go wrong, usually. But it's been a wild ride. It's been fun. It's been a lot of fun. And just being able to sit here as a technician, I think before the roundtable, if a technician was going to be like walking into a conference like this, they'd be like, no one wants to listen to me. No one. So the voice that this has given me and help other technicians, and not just help technicians, but help management, dealerships, vendors to understand the technician's point of view. Because let's face it, like Tully says, no hours, no money. I want to go home rich and tired, which means you go home rich and tired, which means the general manager goes home rich and tired, which means the service advisor goes home rich and tired, which means that vendors keep growing, we keep going, rich and tired. It's all about the hours.
Everybody stay with us. We're with Marco Zwanenberg here at the Fixed Ops Roundtable. We're at the third pop-up event. A lot more coming up just ahead. Hi, I'm Ted Ings, and I'd like to announce that Quantum 5 is now a certified partner for the Fixed Ops Roundtable. Sarah Van Tyne is here on behalf of Quantum 5, Vice President of Sales. Sarah, congratulations.
Ted, on behalf of Quantum 5, thank you so much for having us. We're excited to be part of this.
Everybody, for more information on the Roundtable, visit us at fixedopsroundtablecertified.com.
Welcome back to the Fixed Ops Roundtable. I'm Sarah Van Tyne here with Ted Ings and Dan Dillingham of Quantum 5. Welcome, Dan.
Hey, thanks y'all for having me. I appreciate it.
Dan, great to finally meet you. And
Yes, sir.
congratulations, and thanks for all that Quantum 5 does for our industry.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. We enjoy every bit of it, and we're just thankful to be a part of it.
Well, Dan, there's been some really exciting things going on with telephony in the company. So tell us a little bit about the call queue product that has been really shaping results in dealerships.
So we've been able to take this product into service departments and go in and use AI with a live human that actually listens to the call, right? So it's one of the few things or few companies that go out there and still use a live human to listen to the call, score the call, figure out what the call does. Some pretty good success stories that we've had lately. We've had a couple of stores that have increased their service appointment set rate by over 40 and 50% by going with this. And really what they're doing is it's not necessarily just the technology and us giving a report out to a dealer and saying, hey, do something with it. It's more of our community managers are really digging in with the particular advisors or service BDCs that are taking these calls and helping them train and figure out where their shortcomings are and why are they not setting the appointments. So it's really the fact that we're digging in and helping them take it all the way to the finish line rather than just pointing out a problem.
Dan, I love how Quantum 5 utilizes technology with the people at the dealership. I know Sarah always talks about people first, okay? And I hear a lot about Quantum 5 in my household as well, all right? There's a lot of talk about it. But, tell me something that I don't know about Quantum 5.
Wow. Yeah, you live with it. So that's kind of, that may be a difficult task for me. But what most people don't know is we're a true sustainment company. We really have a live person that is there for the end user, sales or service or leadership throughout the entire lifetime of being with our company and with our product. So it's really the experience. So you take it into another dealership that we've had, and one of the things that we do is we stick with them, right? So we don't just come in and train them. How do you sell more service? How do you sell more cars? How do you get more people onto the drive? It's also when stores are having CSI problems or advisors have CSI problems, we have ways to find that out, go in, dig in, have conversations with them, and really do training classes one-on-one with the community manager or the community architect to solve the problems that the dealers are having.
Dan, it's been really exciting to also hear some of the impacts it's having on people. So tell us a little bit about one of our clients that has had tremendous success in some of this community, all of the pieces that Quantum 5 offers.
Well, I dug into that example there just a little bit, but we had a store. It was not really say the name of the store, but it's a Hyundai Honda Point. They share a service drive. And they had a few people that were really impacting the CSI for the store. Good folks, had been there a long time, weren't really sure what they were doing that was making the turn go the wrong direction. And that's where the Quantum 5 community managers really dig in. I mean, not only are we going to help them with how do you sell more stuff on the drive, but what are we saying to the customers after they leave? How fast are we to respond to telephone calls? What are we doing with text messages? And what are we saying inside those text messages? So it's our job to really help teach those people not necessarily how to communicate, but how does that specific customer want to be communicated with, right? How do you talk to Dan compared to how do you talk to Sarah? So that's really the secret sauce and the special stuff that we do out there.
Dan, very grateful to you, David O'Brien, and the entire Quantum 5 team. And congratulations on becoming a Fixed Ops Roundtable certified partner as well. Very grateful to you and for all that the team does for our industry.
Yes, sir. Thank you guys very much for having us out.
Everybody stay with us. A lot more coming up at the pop-up event, the third pop-up event here at the Fixed Ops Roundtable.
The Clean Air Car Care campaign is BG's green initiative designed to promote the BG Platinum Fuel System service, which has been proven to reduce harmful emissions. Additional services featured in the campaign include the BG Platinum 44K service, which restores fuel economy, and the BG Climate Control service that will refresh the air inside your customers' vehicles. Advisors can match the service with the customer's biggest concern. Is it performance and fuel economy? Is it the environment and emissions? Or is it the air quality inside their vehicle? The services offered with the Clean Air Car Care campaign will provide your customers with clean air both inside and outside of their vehicles. Talk to your BG distributor about how to sell more services with BG Clean Air Car Care.
Welcome back to the Fixed Ops Roundtable. I'm Sarah Vantine here with Ted Ings. Ted, we have an exciting topic going over warranty. Here we have David Reineke. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me. I'm glad to be here.
And Sarah, exciting announcement that David Reineke from Automotive Warranty Network is joining our retail advisory board here at the Fixed Ops Roundtable. So, David, very grateful to you and the team at AWN.
Thank you for having us. We're very grateful to be a part of this.
So, warranty administration, Sean Pingree, it's a big part of the industry. Talk to us a little bit about that and some of your feelings there.
Saying on the retail front, if you're not paying attention to warranty now, you're missing the boat. It is so more important now probably than ever. And again, I'm coming from domestic lines at this point. We have claims that are 2/10 that are getting reviewed. They're looking at punch times on everything now. And when I say every repair order, if you don't have signatures, you're going to pay the price for that. And with the warranty labor rates, with the laws changing to finally go on the side of the dealer, that's going to become now more important than ever. I mean, I've got some stores over $200 an hour for warranty reimbursement. The manufacturers want their money back.
Tully, you want to speak to us a little bit?
Absolutely. Warranty is a key issue. You think about this, it's about 30 to 40% of your fixed gross income. It is very important. And 2, is that are you being compliant? And 3, are you educating our great technicians on how to write ROs? Talk about what they did. All they need to do is write it down right. And having a great warranty company is going to exceed in that. They're going to help the technician produce those hours. We're going to help ourselves from doing what? Getting audited. And then 2 is that we want to get paid. The worst thing you can ever do, have a dirty schedule.
Ed, anything?
What it means by dirty schedule is receivables. Receivables are assets, and we need our assets to keep our business flowing. And to have someone to go out and chase those assets for us is huge.
We like clean schedules, so that's it. Means you're getting paid and we're getting paid, right?
Absolutely.
So,
Now, David, there are more than one company in this space. Automotive Warranty Network, clearly the largest. You're processing and handling. There are billions of dollars of warranty at stake every month in our industry. Tell us a little bit about what's new at Automotive Warranty Network.
well, we're just really focused on helping our it was mentioned earlier, I like the term partner because we look at all of our dealers as partners and ourselves as not a vendor, but a partner to the dealership. So we're really focused on helping dealerships, like you said, get everything they're entitled to, but also to keep that money. So, we're working on, we're using technology, we're using our custom software to help dealerships identify where compliance issues are, how to correct them, how often they're happening, so that we can help train the dealership, the technicians, the advisors upstream, so that we can help eliminate those problems from happening. Make the process better. So,
And Sarah, one of the things I thought was unique about Automotive Warranty Network, they actually run, and David, I'll ask you to speak to this. They actually, if a dealer wants, they'll run an audit, okay? And they will pull a certain number of repair orders and look at them and do that as an audit that they do on the dealer's behalf to make sure that they tighten up their processes. David, if you don't mind, tell us a little bit about that, because I thought that was really unique.
Yeah, that's a product we have, and so we actually have a full auditing department, and we also developed a portion of our software to put together these audits. So our auditors will pull a scope of work the same way the manufacturer would. Typically, we go into the manufacturer's trend report to get a list of high impact claims. So we don't want to look at recalls and maintenance claims. We want to look at substantial claims, engine claims, transmissions, that kind of thing. And then we look at all the paperwork. We look at everything from customer signatures, side item repairs, making sure punch times are correct. If there's any straight time, we audit the whole thing. And then in the software, we actually we draw it up real nice with arrows and highlights and everything like that, and actually give you what the potential chargeback would be if the audit was to be real. So it's a real nice report. So the value of the audit, what the chargeback would be if it was real. But then we break down every issue by category, so we can granularly tell you if you have an add-on repair process issue. And then we put together an action plan and go over that with your staff to help you understand what it is. There's a lot of dealer groups that we do this for on a quarterly basis. So we'll do a review for them once a quarter, and it's kind of like a rinse and repeat process to see if it's getting better. So,
Well, let me touch on that just a little bit, because none of us wants to go through an audit. None of us wants to go through an IRS audit if we get a letter in the mail saying that they're coming to see us. We hate it. But ultimately what there is it's a great opportunity to learn. There's always so much stuff you can take back from an audit. So when you can stage one and we can learn from it, we can minimize the impact later on.
and you don't have that financial impact. It's
Exactly.
it's a playing with fake money. So that's always better than playing with the real thing.
And it's very proactive, David, and you're preparing dealers in our industry. Also, you've got a very unique vantage point. What are you seeing happening right now in that warranty space? Anything in particular that you want to call out to us in regards to trends that are happening in the warranty administration?
I think the biggest thing we're seeing is a warranty administration company having all the warranty admins we have and all the customers. Consistently, I think, the thought is you're providing the warranty admin with a finished product, and we're expected to get the claim paid. There's so many things that are happening upstream that don't happen properly, all the way from the time the vehicle is written up, making sure we're following the TSBs, recalls. So the product needs to be right from the start. And I see very commonly that that's not the case. The right photos are there. Once the vehicle's gone and back on the road and we need photos to submit the claim, it's really hard to get the customer back in and get a picture of that leak or whatever the case may be. So I see there's a real big opportunity to help everybody understand their roles and responsibilities in the warranty process a little bit better. So.
And Tully, so much happening now in that warranty space than there was years ago with the advanced technology and dealers.
I just want to say this. What is the worst nightmare a dealer parts and service manager can have? FMLA on the last week of the month. And here's what they do for us. What they do, they come back and say, we can step in. They have helped us and bailed us out numerous times about coming in, one, to help train new people, and two, come in and save us when someone gets ill or has an issue, right, or a medical thing. It is so important to have a backup. I ask you this, do you have a backup warranty admin? When I say that, that's 30 to 40% of your revenue potentially could be lost if you don't have a backup. They provide great service because now they're trained in our brand. It's not like this is the first time they've ever done this dealer type. They've done it a lot. So it's really having that insurance to me is so important, Ted.
It is insurance. And David, finally today, you're flanked by a couple great Ford retailers as well. Anything Ford specific that you want to speak to today in terms of warranty?
Really, you guys are familiar with the Ford DAS score, so I'm not all that familiar, but our auditing department is. So we really help dealerships understand that report. So we have a department that can actually help drill into that report, understand why it is where it is, and really helping dealerships to increase that score. Obviously, if it's red, your chances for an audit are much higher than if you're in the green or even that platinum that everybody strives for. So we really want to emphasize that we have the resources to help Ford dealerships understand that report and what drives it. Obviously, there's some warranty claims administration things in there that days to submit, first time pay rates, and close to submit days and all that kind of good stuff. But beyond that, we can help dealerships understand if things were coded properly, improperly, what's driving that report and how to help dealerships get that into the green and keep it there. So.
Well, David, on behalf of the Fixed Ops Roundtable, very grateful to you and AWN for joining our Retail Advisory Board. We're going to have a lot of work ahead, okay, looking at partners and dealers. So we're excited at getting started with you. And again, very big thanks on behalf of the Fixed Ops Roundtable.
Thank you very much. We're excited. So
Thank you.
Everybody, a lot more coming up here from the third pop-up event at the Fixed Ops Roundtable. Stay with us. More coming up. Our revolutionary pop-up events have sparked a new wave of growth and innovation.
Become part of the brand that is shaping retail fixed operations at fixedopsroundtablecertified.com. Welcome back to the Fixed Ops Roundtable. I'm Sarah Vantine here with Ted Ings. We have a couple of very special guests, Sean Kingery and Bob Gower. Ted, what are we going to be talking about on this panel?
Well, Sarah, I think we're going to be talking about the phones and to have our good friend Bob Gower with us today on behalf of Traver Connect. Bob, welcome to the Fixed Ops Roundtable.
Thanks, Ted. Thanks, Sarah.
Yeah, thanks. And I know you and Sean recently got together with Kaiser Automotive Group.
Absolutely.
So congratulations to you on that as well. So, Sarah, one of the big topics that we see now at the roundtable is the importance of the phones. And I'm not talking about high-tech stuff, Bob. I'm talking about even answering the phones. How did the phones rise to such a high level now in terms of importance at the dealership, here in this year?
Well, I think there's more focus than ever before because we're measuring more things around the phone than we ever were able to do before. So if you look at it, I call it something called a term I picked up years ago called the zero moment of truth. So if you think about it in your dealerships today, when a customer calls you or they show up face to face, you have one opportunity. That's the zero moment of truth. So either you're prepared or you're not prepared. And when we look at service, I'm sure Sean has seen this at his stores, we're always not prepared. So that customer makes a choice. And if you look at the numbers that our OEMs share with us, about 25% of all the calls that go to a dealership service department are missed. Mm-hmm. Where are those folks going? And then we look at retention, and in customer satisfaction, and we wonder why we're not getting more of our share. So to me, the phones, it used to be 7 times more calls to service. Today, I've heard it's as high as 21 times more calls in service. I think the reason why is because when you don't pick up the phone, that customer calls you back 2 or 3 times, increases the volume and complexes the problem. Right, John?
Correct. You know, if you don't mind me, but, you know, I can tell you, Ted, and you're talking to a guy who I moved to Wisconsin November 1st, and I, from Q1 and now it looks like Q2 numbers, you know, we were up $600,000 year over year in 7 stores in Q1, and it looks like Q2 is going to be better than that. We changed 2 things. We put a scheduling system in, and we hired Treva. And that's not just a plug for Bob and Karen and Judy and his staff. Guys, I had a store that literally at 9:30 in the morning had 32 waiters because the advisors are scheduling what's convenient for them and not what's convenient for the client or convenient for the store, because they want everything to be off their schedule by 1 o'clock so they can go home early. And what Traver does is Traver brings to the table, listen, if the spot's not open, they can't fill it. And nobody can change it. It's done behind the scenes. The phones are quiet, and the advisors actually have a chance to sell. And as Tully's taught us, it's all about the hours. If you can't sell hours, you can't be productive. And that's the only things we've changed, like scheduling system and Traver.
And Bob, I got to make mention, we've got one of the most important people in our industry in terms of the phones on this panel. Sarah, I got to ask you, importance of phones and why so important right now?
Oh, it is absolutely critical to your organization. As Bob mentioned, this is really the point of origin for a lot of customers that are moving to some of these market areas. There's a lot of movement in cities. There's a lot of people moving around. And oftentimes that first phone call is what really sets them apart from the competition.
Bob, what other opportunities are you at Traver Connect? And by the way, John is a great friend of the Fixed Ops Roundtable, a personal friend of mine for 30 years. Sean, I recommend my friends and family to Traver Connect. I've said that many, many times.
I found Traver through you.
Yeah.
I did.
Bob, what opportunities are you seeing at the dealership level?
Well, you know, what's really cool about BDC is, you know, I've worked for John almost 3 decades, and I was a customer, and I became part of the organization, part of the culture, you know, and when we would go in the stores and help them, we would say we were changing process, and the stores would say, you know, not really what you're doing, changing the culture, the way we do business with our stores. And we saw immediate impact in customer satisfaction and revenue. So I think the real opportunities here are many. If you look, first of all, every OEM has an initiative today. And a lot of them are around the phone. What are they? Well, if you're, you know, looking at CJD, our store, you're looking at, literally, you're looking at customer satisfaction, CSI scores.
Yeah.
So you have to go out and get those CSI scores. They just don't come. If you take a look at Ford stores, you're looking for pickup and delivery and mobile service. If you take, and that complexes the whole service lane process itself. So, you know, if you look at a GM store, you're looking at getting paid on retention and tier 1, 2, or 3. So it's really important how the phones drive that opportunity, number one. Number two, one of the things I learned, which was really interesting, Sarah, and I think you saw this in your store, within that call itself, there are revenue opportunities. There's opportunities to update the record. There's opportunities to do time mileage recommendations. There are opportunities to schedule the customer right so the CSI goes up. So they get there, you don't surprise them with an 80K while you schedule them for an oil change. So if you look at all the opportunities just in the call itself, it's a lot.
Well, a lot going on. Sean, your thoughts?
Yeah, so I'm going to take that with Bob said. I'll talk about Ford and Chrysler real quick. On the pickup and delivery, it's $65 each way that we get reimbursed. That's $130. Pickup and delivery is a profit center. We hired somebody to handle it. Traver can schedule that, by the way. Let's talk about CDGR real quick. Effective July 1st, Chrysler changed the question where the money you get back from retail sales, which can be up to $150 per retail sale per vehicle, were you contacted after, by the way, they don't know what the response is. Were you contacted after service? That's the only question, yes or no. Not was it fixed right, not how was the service, not anything else. Were you contacted? I made one phone call to Traver. I said, I have 12 days. I have to get this implemented at all 3 stores, and we're up and running.
Sarah, it wasn't too many years ago. I don't think service pickup and delivery was even a thing. I remember a phone call on a Sunday afternoon from a fellow named Brian Benstock at Paragon Honda, who told me how he was doing this at his store in Queens, and he wanted to come to the Roundtable and talk to us, and for me not to share that presentation outside of the room on the Roundtable.
I remember that so vividly. And it really was so impactful for a lot of organizations to really offer the way that a customer wants to have their car serviced. They can choose. They have so many different choices. And Bob and his company, same thing with scheduling. They enable so much with being able to walk a customer through scheduling that makes sense for the dealership and for the customer.
So Bob, Traver Connect, great friend of the Fixed Ops Roundtable and the Fixed Ops Roundtable community and our dealers as well. You do a whole lot and you have a lot of options for dealers. What's new on the horizon? What's coming with Traver Connect? Because if I know you and John, you're always looking ahead.
Well, you know, John is the innovator and I'm the developer. So the two of us in a room together is dangerous. So you take a look, probably the biggest thing today is retention. And the area that we really would like to help dealers in is just not pickup and delivery. We're going to be able to offer that service without using an outside service. But the real key there is if you're calling a defector who hasn't been back for maybe 18 months, pickup and delivery is great because it gives you an opportunity to get them back. It's better than free. It really shows you care. But once you pick that car up and get it to the dealership, the real question is we're going to add a concierge level to that, where we actually assign a concierge to the car, to the person, and to the dealership. So all during the process, that person will know where the car is. Because what you don't want to do is have that customer call back after it's been there for half a day, wondering where it's at. So I think those are some of the things, breakthrough things that we're working on, and you're about to see those roll out. So
isn't it exciting to see all these new things that are happening in our industry, Bob?
it is. I said listening behind the scenes here today, it's like going to an all-pro NFL event and watching the best of the best up here talking about where the business is and where it's going. So this is some of the unique things that you brought to the table and the rest of the team here that do this for free all the time to help drive that message out to your listeners. I think it's awesome.
Bob, we're very grateful to you and the Traver Connect team for being a big part of the Fixed Ops Roundtable. Sean Kingery, grateful to you as well at Kaiser Automotive Group. And thank you for the relationship you've got with us and our partners as well, just like Traver Connect. Bob, congratulations to you and all the success that you're coming, and looking forward to hearing more about what's coming. Stay with us, everybody. A lot more coming up here at the pop-up at the Fixed Ops Roundtable, our third event. Stay with us.
Signs. They tell you the road, places you're going, the promise that awaits. No matter where you go, when you see this sign, it means I take my car here and it runs better and lasts longer, guaranteed. It's a bold statement, but it's one that BG has proven over and over for more than 50 years. It all started when the founders of BG Products in Wichita, Kansas were looking for a breakthrough. They developed the first BG formula. Skeptics said it wouldn't work. Anyone who tried it knew that it did. Pour it in, and engine performance and life improved, just like that. But BG wasn't about to be contained to a can. What started in the engine spread to every working part of every kind of vehicle and to every part of the world. Because all BG products and services have one ingredient in common: innovation. Through cutting-edge research and development, state-of-the-art resources, and an unwavering commitment to quality, BG leads the way with proven solutions of real-world drivability problems. That's why, worldwide, professionals use BG products, services, tools, and equipment every day. And why every year professionals from around the world attend BG University. the most advanced client success program in the industry, and why everything BG does is proven to deliver customer satisfaction and retention. Today, customers don't just look for a shop, they look for a BG shop. What can take a product from the heart of America into the hearts and minds of car owners all over the world? This sign and what it means. Now, ask what BG means to you. Because BG works worldwide.
Welcome back to the Fixed Ops Roundtable. I'm Sarah Vantine here with Ted Ings. We are excited to be speaking with Owen Moon, one of the certified partners with Fixed Ops Digital.
Owen, welcome back to the Fixed Ops Roundtable.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Great event.
And congratulations to you and Fixed Ops Digital for all you do in our industry and on becoming a certified partner at the Fixed Ops Roundtable.
Thank you. We're excited to be here and excited to be a part of that. So,
and one more congratulations on your relationship in the company with Kaiser Automotive Group here with Sean Kengry as well.
yeah, I've known Sean obviously for a few years, and lucky enough now to be able to partner with them and help them with some of their online service marketing initiatives, and had a really good chance to meet some of Sean's team through this process. So super excited. We're kind of just kicking things off, but a lot of big things to come for the Kaiser Automotive Group.
So Owen, I know that you are a student of this business, and speaking of marketing, what would you say over the last 10 years has been some of the biggest changes that you're seeing as fixed operations continues to evolve at the dealership level?
It's a great question. I think one of the biggest changes that I'm seeing is the evolution from customer retention and loyalty to more online initiatives, right? As more and more people are using smartphones and going online to find information, get educated, look for recommendations about different, maybe different services that they need for their vehicles, they're turning to the internet, they're turning to the dealership's website. And so we have to become more of a resource for that. And so that's a big change that I think that a lot of dealerships maybe haven't been prepared for, and are now seeing that it's becoming more important than ever.
Sean, from your perspective?
So, and again, my relationship with Owen's gone back 5 or 6 years now when I was back in Florida. And the online presence, it's amazing with the websites you would go to where we got called out, and that's what Owen helped us with, is to make sure that your website coupons match what your OEM's putting out on your own website. You would literally have 2 different offers on the same website and not even realize it.
Yeah. Owen, your company does a great job in that fixed ops space. You are the leader. You're really the only one in that space because you actually do fixed operations where other companies say they do, but you do that. Over the next 10 years, Owen, as you look forward into your crystal ball, what do you think is the biggest threat for dealerships' fixed operations?
That's a kind of a loaded question. I think there's a lot of threats. I mean, I think it's not just one, but I think if I'm a dealership, right, looking at the 10-year idea, the 10-year roadmap, I'm thinking your people. People is becoming everything. And part of the process of working with Sean and his new group, I really saw how Sean championed his people and really brought them in as part of the solution and part of the answer for what we're trying to accomplish. And I think that gives your employees, that gives your team ownership in what you're doing, and really holds them accountable for the results. But yeah, people are going to be a big part of. It's always a big part, right? But even more so, I think we've seen some of the struggles in the last few years of the dealerships that didn't have a good team of people around them and what they're able to accomplish. So I think people's going to be the big thing. Obviously, embracing technology. There's a lot going on with the OEMs and EVs, and I think that's going to be a whole nother realm. But I think there's a lot of different things that dealerships are going to have to really focus on.
Sean, from your perspective?
So, and how Owen got back into the Kaiser Group, it's kind of a real quick story. Is I was up at my Green Bay store, and my old Chrysler rep from a previous lifetime 20 years ago is now in charge of marketing for Chrysler. And him and I are on the phone together, and he's, quite frankly, handing me my lunch about how bad our online marketing was. And he goes, I'm going to recommend somebody. And I said, well, if you say Owen Moon, I'm going to laugh. And he goes, well, you know Owen? I said, I happen to know Owen. So I called my dealer principal, and he goes, oh, you're talking about Fixed Ops Digital? Because he had met with them. They just weren't at that point a couple of years ago. And so what we did was Owen and I talked, and then we signed the contracts and we moved forward, is having 3 major OEM lines as far as between 8 stores, is I took my leaders from the Chrysler store, a leader from the Ford store, a leader from the Chevy stores, and instead of competing with each other, because I don't want a different price at one store to a different store, they take the lead, and all my Chevy stores are the same, and all my Chrysler stores are all the same, and all my Ford stores are the same.
Wow. Moving forward, fixed operations, digital marketing, that's here to stay, Sean.
It's not going anywhere. I mean, people are looking online. People know when they come to buy a car online already. It's no different on the fixed operations side. And to your point, that's what Owen brings to the table. You're right. A lot of people talk like they do it. But again, how do you have different coupons on the same website? Owen focuses on it's what his people do. And, I'm not here just to plug Owen. And Owen's a phone call away. And I can tell you, I've texted Owen at 11 o'clock at night, and he's never not responded.
Well, and we're evolving it. It's not just about your coupons and putting pricing out there, but it's also about the experience that you're providing to the customer. So, we have some really great integrations with our platform with repair financing companies. We've been talking with, different companies about other ways that we can help integrate into that environment, because when it comes down to it, it's one customer that's trying to do a lot of different things, right? Maybe they're looking for a service that they want to get done. Maybe they're looking for a recall, and they want to make sure that their car doesn't have a recall. So do you have some way to check for recalls on your website? And maybe even looking at like trade appraisal. I mean, from that point on, what's a great way, Sean, you know this, what's a great way to get that used car into your dealership? It's to, get it through the service lane. Right. So trying to become more integrated throughout the entire process, as opposed to just saying, hey, here's some coupons, let's get them on the website. That's really our mission. And we feel like, we're nowhere where we want to be, but we're in a really good spot, and we just keep plugging forward and helping stores. So,
Sarah, isn't it amazing how this digital space continues to evolve and grow? And really, that's all part of the entire ecosystem at the dealership.
It definitely is. And Owen is spot on with how this entire experience is a cohesive experience. Really having your marketing for all of your stores, as Sean mentioned, on point across your brands. That's all going to be key to the customer's perception of if they want to do business with you.
Anyway, congratulations to both Sean Kingery and Owen Moon on working together with the organizations. Fixed Ops Digital on becoming a certified partner for the Fixed Ops Roundtable. Owen, we look forward to a lot more of these with you and to expanding the Fixed Ops space.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
Everybody, Owen Moon, Fixed Ops Digital, the premier agency for Fixed Ops, and Sean Kingery with us here today at the third pop-up event at the Fixed Ops Roundtable. Stay with us, we have a whole lot more coming up.
Step 1. Verify the service selector is in the off position. Step 2. Connect Shop Air to the machine. Step 3. Connect appropriate size wand to the extractor. Trim the wand to size as needed. Tip. A shorter wand with a larger diameter will speed up the service. Step 4. Turn the service selector to remove. Step 5. Insert extractor wand into the component port on the vehicle and open the ball valve on the extractor to start removing fluid. Step 6. Once all the fluid has been removed, close the ball valve on the extractor and remove the wand from the component. Step 7. Turn the service selector to off. Step 1. Verify the service selector is in the off position. Step 2. Connect Shop Air to the machine. Step 3. Raise the draw tube by lifting up on the knob located on the top of the machine. Place appropriate new fluid container for the component being serviced onto the mat and lower the draw tube into the container. Step 4. Connect appropriate size wand to the dispenser. Step 5. Insert the dispenser wand into the component port on the vehicle and turn the service selector to Add. Step 6. Pull the trigger on the dispenser to start filling the vehicle. When the desired amount of fluid has been added, release the trigger and remove the wand from the component. Step 7. Turn the service selector to off. Step 1. Verify the service selector is in the off position and the ball valve on the end of the extractor is closed. Step 2. Connect shop air to the machine. Step 3. Place and secure the extractor wand into a suitable waste container. Step 4. Turn the service selector to empty. Step 5. Slowly open the ball valve on the extractor. Step 6. When the used fluid tank is empty, close the ball valve on the extractor. Turn the service selector to the off position and remove the wand.
Welcome back to the Fixed Ops Roundtable. I'm Sarah Van Tyne here with Ted Ings and a dear friend of the Fixed Ops Roundtable, Tony Owens. Welcome, Tony.
Thank you very much. Great to be here. Tony, grateful to you for all your support and all you do for the Roundtable. Thank you so much.
Well, it's the best group in the business. It's the best one. So I like to be with the best. It's the best.
I'll second that. Yep. Love it.
Well, Tony, so what are you passionate about in the car business?
There's so many things I'm passionate about in the car business. So many things. I don't know where to start. Biggest thing is to me about the car business is you meet people. I love people. People are my business. I love people. I deal with them all the time. It's my passion. And working with young technicians and people that I work with every day, I like to be a light for those people to inspire people. That's what I enjoy the most. I really enjoy it very much. It's a great thing to be able to go to work every day and try to bring somebody's day up, try to inspire people. Very important to me.
So, Sarah, you may not know this, but Tony and I got into the business within just a few months of each other, many, many years ago. And he has nicknames for a lot of the folks at the Fixed Ops Roundtable. I didn't know it, okay? But he would always refer to Ed Roberts as B-Top, okay, with a hashtag, which is the best team on the planet, okay? What are some of the other nicknames that you've got for people?
Well, you know, we got the authority, which is you.
Oh, I'm the authority. Okay.
The authority. Well, if you need to know something about Fixed Ops, the man knows. He's the authority. My nicknames usually fit. I nickname everybody at work, lots of people. I enjoy doing that, and they usually have to fit. And I have one for this young lady as well.
What's Sarah's nickname?
Sarah is Miss Dream Team, and there's a reason for that. I mean, Quantum 5, Dave O'Brien, he's got a dream team working there. How can I not, you know, that's Miss Dream Team right there. That's her Miss Dream Team.
I love it, Tony. And, you know, you work for an amazing dealer group, the Germain Motor Company. So tell us what it's like working for such an incredible organization.
You know, I haven't been to a lot of places, 5 or 6 in my career, which would be 43 years and 7 days. To me, nobody takes care of their employees better than the Germain Auto Group. It's the best there is as far as I'm concerned. They take care of their people. My store particularly, the culture is incredible. You know, I can't tell you how much I enjoy working at that store and walking in there every day. My boss is sensational. He's a great man. And our general manager's a great man. The whole store is full of great people. I love it every day. And the Germain Auto Group is, without question, takes care of their people, all their employees, better than any group I've seen.
Well, Tony, on behalf of the Fixed Ops Roundtable, thank you so much for all you do and for your friendship, Tony, as well.
Wow, it's great to be here. Thank you very much. Great seeing you too.
Everybody, we're here at the Fixed Ops Roundtable pop-up event with Tony Owens. Don't go away. We have a whole lot more coming up.
Welcome back to the Fixed Ops Roundtable. I'm Sarah Van Tine. Ted, this has been an amazing event.
Sarah, our very third Fixed Ops Roundtable pop-up event, and we saw a whole lot here today.
It has been an amazing group of people that have shared so much information with us today. I've been just so impressed with all of the different topics that have come up at the pop-up.
Yeah, and we've had a lot of great friends here, you know, from Tully Williams to Ed Roberts to Sean Kingery to Marco Zwanenberg. I mean, I apologize if I don't mention everybody, but really so many friends of the Roundtable are here.
It's really been an amazing time, and I'm thank you, Ted, for putting this together in such an amazing format.
Well, Sarah, I think we got a great team, okay? A lot of folks here who are participating in Fixed Ops and I hope to take us to a new level. I also want to thank our exclusive sponsor for the Fixed Ops Roundtable. It's BG Products, Partners Beyond Products. Everybody, to visit BG online, go to bgprod.com, bgprod.com. And again, very grateful to BG Products for all they do for our industry. And all right, third pop-up and a whole lot more to come.
Thank you so much, Ted.
All right. On behalf of Sarah Van Tine and BG Products, I'm Ted Ings with the Fixed Ops Roundtable. We'll see you at our next pop-up event and, of course, at the big Fort Stock event in September, on September 18th through 21st. Stay with us, everybody. We'll see you there.